What's going on, guys? The Iron Chester here, and welcome back to my new LEGO Marvel 2026 set review. And today I'm reviewing the epic battle Spider-Man vs. Sandman set based off of Spider-Man 3. This is set 76334, 8 ages 9 plus, has 200 web pieces and 3 minifigures. I got this set off of Amazon last month, and this set costs $25 here in North America and around the world for the lineup. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at these awesome minifigures. First, let's take a look at Venom, and holy crap, look at him. So this is the Topher Grace Sam Raimi Venom, and I'm just thrown away by it. So this is like our first ever live action Venom minifigure, and I'm glad LEGO made a new Venom minifigure for this brand new wave, since it is time for them to make a new one, because we've been getting the 2019 version so many times. But this one looks incredible. Even though I'm still a Tom Hardy Venom fan, since I'm not a fan of the Raimi's Venom at all because of the quality from the Spider-Man 3 film. But the figure looks good, and the torso looks great in my opinion. They capture the detailing for the Venom logo on his chest, and the webbing looks good. Would have been awesome if they added some leg printing and side arm printing to complete the look for the character. And he does come with that symbiote tentacle piece as his accessory, so we're gonna set that aside so I can show you what the figure looks like without it. So let me scoot the set back. So here's what the figure looks like without it. So I love how they added all four of these different tentacle pieces coming out of his back. So we have the two long ones and we have the two small ones. The face pretty looks great and terrifying, that scarier look. They captured that pretty well. So I love the look for the eyes and the teeth. That's just freaking awesome. I just totally love that design for the character himself. And we all know how those tentacle pieces move because he is using the Iron Spider / Outrider back attachment right there, which you can see on the back of the figure. So this is what the back of him looks like. And we have that very awesome back head printing that you get for the minifigure. Now let's go ahead and take all of that off so I can show you what his back torso printing looks like. So this is what his back torso printing looks like when you remove the freaking tentacles. So yeah, we have the Venom logo itself and the rest of the webbing detailing. This figure is just incredible, man. I'm glad they made a brand new Venom minifigure for the lineup itself. So that is it for Venom. Now let's move on to Spidey. So we have Spider-Man and Sandman. So for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, this look at the figure is the same one from the No Way Home Final Battle set from 2023. So if you guys haven't gotten that set, then this is your chance to get that figure. Well, even though the set is on Amazon now because it's no longer in stock at LEGO Shop at Home, because that bad boy is officially retired later on this year. So I love the design for the dual molded legs right here for the figure. The torso and face printing look nice. It would be awesome if they gave him some side arm printing to complete the look, or make it like a battle damage version like how they did in the train scene set from the second film since last year, like how we get the half of Peter's face from that torn up mask and even the torn up look for the torso. He does come with that white web piece that we will attach to it later on. And as for Sandman, he is new and exclusive. So this is his fully stand-up look, but in this scene in the movie, he was in his gigantic sand monster form. But at least this look is a perfect way to add your No Way Home villains team, or like the Sinister Six team, for the way they are for the lineup itself. So I honestly love the face, torso, hip, leg, and toe printing. They did a good job with the design for the character. It would be awesome if they gave him some side arm printing to complete the look. And he looks pretty off without the hairpiece. Like, if they added Zane's hairpiece like this, well, even though I just pulled that hairpiece off from M'Baku, they could just add this hairpiece like this, but in a light tan color to complete the look. That would have been awesome if they done something like that. But at least the rest of the figure looks pretty good, since I love the angry face right there, or his yelling face, if you want to call it. Spinning them around is what the back of their head and torso printings looks like for both Sandman and Spider-Man. So we did get the same design for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man with that head and torso printing design, and we did get that awesome back, head, and torso printing for Sandman 2. So that is it for the minifigures. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the build. Let's take a look at Sandman's little sand stand. So I love the design for the building techniques for the stand itself with the light and dark tan pieces all over it. It reminds me of the one from the 18 plus Daily Bugle set from 2021 because how the way it turns out. But this time it doesn't have like some sidewalk rubbling all over it's like how that version did. So I really love the toothpiece in that light tan color to make it more of a sandy look, and I love the same thing right here on the front. We did get the toothpiece in light tan and that pizza slice piece in light tan, and also some parts in that dark tan color scheme, which is pretty good. So here we have the right side of the build. We do get the same toothpiece in that light tan color again, and we have like more of those tan pieces in that darker color as I mentioned, and a little spot for Sandman right there. And here we have the other side that has like the different designs of it, and some parts are literally the same thing. And this is what the back of the stand looks like. So we did get two dark tan studs that you can put Sandman on there, so that is pretty good for what you're getting. And by the way, Sandman does come with two of these brick built, okay, I didn't mean to do that, so let me try that again. So he does come with these two brick built giant sand hands, so they are pretty good for what you're getting. And we are going to put them on the minifigure after I put him on the stand. So I love the build for the sand hands. One is smaller and one is bigger, so they do have those mech fingers in dark tan. So yeah, I love the designs right there. We do get like some studs on the hands itself to put like Spider-Man on there. And let's put the figure on there so I can show you what it looks like when you put him on the stand and put the giant sand hands on there. So this right here is for his right hand. So let me just clip that on right there. And let's get the other one for his left hand. So easy to do it like this. And there you go. So this is what the figure looks like when you put the sand hands on him and put him on the stand. So that is just pretty awesome. And you can adjust the sand stand like this however you want to. You can move it in different angles and recreate that transformation. And as for that little spot, that is where you put Spider-Man on there. Before we do that, the fingers have some articulation, so you can move it in and out just like so. Same thing for the left one, and you can't just like swivel them like this. Well, mostly for the right hand, but the left hand, not so much. And I'm not a fan how they use the gauntlet pieces, because we do get like those like pipe piece right there. Actually, just little pipes on the gauntlets for both of the hands. I wish they could like change it up a notch. And I did say you can't put Spider-Man on his hand. So you can't put him on this hand like this. Or actually, let me just try to adjust it. Well, I know I have the web on his hand, but yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like this. So you can't do it like that. And same thing for the left hand if you want to. You can't just do whatever you want with the hands that you can't put Peter on there when Flint is trying to grab him so he could try to take him down along with Venom. So yeah, very great build for the sand stand, and I totally take the build for the sand hands for Sandman, but at least it is pretty awesome for what you're getting. So that is it for the buildable hands and the stand. Now let's move on to the here build is the diorama build itself. And to be honest, it looks pretty cool to me. So I love like the building techniques for every part of the build that you're getting, since this took place in a construction site like how it happened in the film. So I just love the little plaque piece that is printed that says Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man versus Sandman, and Venom. It would have been awesome if they add like the year right next to the movie logo. And it would have been awesome if they added Spider-Man and New Goblin versus Sandman and Venom, because it would have been awesome if they added Harry into the set along with MJ in that battle damage taxi too. But I honestly love the front of it. So we do get like those like two crane builds. One is like gray and one is black. And I love how they add like some of the symbiote tentacles on both of the builds. And I love the black webs to recreate Venom symbiotic webs. So that is pretty awesome. So you do get two of those web pieces in black in the set. Well, I usually get the classic color for them, which is white. Well, we all do that in every Lego set, but this is like the first time I'm getting them in a different color, which is in black. And we do get that little spot for Sandman. That is where he like pops out and turns into a giant sand monster in the film. And we do get those like cheese little pieces and like great to like recreate like some of the rock detailing. And I love the fire extinguisher right there. That is like connected to those hovering pieces or the jumping pieces, whatever you want to call them. And same thing with that bow damaged street light. So let me just snap that back on. There we go. So yeah, we do get that crooked street lights. I love how they use the broom pieces from Harry Potter in black, but in that crooked look to make it more of a bow damage look. So this is like the part where Sandman bursts out to the ground after Peter was falling down since Venom was trying to beat him up to death. And we do get like those like same hovering pieces. That is where you put Spidey and Venom on there. So we will take a look at that later. Now we have like the right side of the build. That is like the little like scaffolding part right there. I think I've seen that build for that piece in that No Way Home Sandman set from 2024, which is in 2 years. But yeah, that's what it reminds me of. But I love like the rock detailing that we can see right here with that like dark tan cheese slope piece for what you're getting. And we did get like the left side with the street light right there, or lamppost as I said earlier. And we have like the rock detailing, which looks pretty dang good. And I love how they added the skeleton pieces in black to hold off the webs. And we have like a little angle that we can't see like the bit of the crane right here. So if you wanted to move that, we have like the better angle. And I love how they added like that piece for that little area that you can recreate like the crane design for the construction area. And this is what the back of it looks like. So we have like the back of the webs and also the crane and everything else that you're getting in this build. And I don't know what that piece is for. I always keep thinking that this piece can like hold off like the other pieces for the build, but when I've seen reviews of this, it's just like it cannot hold it since it's in that different look for the build itself. So yeah, I don't know like what is that piece for. I always keep thinking it was just holding off for the other pieces, but nope, it's in a different way. And I love the black base that what you're getting in the set. So you can't put the minifigures on there, so you can't just do whatever you want with this build. So for me, I'm just gonna put Peter on one of those like little hovering pieces on like this and attach his web over here if I could yank it in there pretty well. And I just did. So yeah, that is how you do that. And as for Venom, let me just carefully adjust my iPad like this. But if you want to, you can't place Venom with or without his gear on. So you can't do the same thing with Peter right here. So yeah, there's one for Venom. And I did say that little spot in the center part is for Sandman. So it is attached to that one white tan stud. And honestly, before I do that, I forgot to mention, I love that swirling detail for the little sand base for Sandman. So that is just pretty awesome. And you can easily attach him like this. And yeah, that's just pretty much it. And here's what the build looks like when you put the minifigures on there. So now it looks pretty awesome like this. And again, if you want to place Venom on there with or without his gear, you can just do whatever you want with it. So I love like the nice look for the build with all the figures. So here's like the entire front part. Here's the right side with the characters. I'm just gonna spin it around right there. And here's what the back of it looks like. And here we have the left side. So yeah, that's just pretty awesome. It is a awesome little diorama build that you get for this pretty spectacular looking set. And that is just pretty much it for what you're getting. So that is it for the whole entire diorama set. Now let's move on. So overall, this set is so freaking awesome and I totally love it. I'm so happy that LEGO is officially making a Sam Raimi Spider-Man 3 set for LEGO from all these years after next year the movie will turn 20 next year. Well, after 19 freaking years, we finally have a Lego Spider-Man 3 set for the first time ever. Since back in the past, they didn't make sets for that movie because I remember that they used to make Mega Block sets. So we only have Lego sets based off of the first and second film from the 2000s. But now, 19 years later, we finally have this set as one of the epic moment sets. So I really love the minifigures that you get. You only get two exclusive ones, and that is Venom and Sandman. So Venom looks pretty good. Again, I'm still a Tom Hardy Venom fan, since I'm still not a fan of Topher Grace's Venom because of the quality from the film itself that wasn't that good. But the detailing for the character himself looks great, since I love that face painting, that scary look, because they literally crushed it with that design for him with the teeth and the eyes. The back head pretty looks good. It's same thing with the front back torso pretty. I love the build for the symbiote tentacles for him, as well as that symbiote tentacle weapon. But like I said, this is the final time I'm gonna say this. If you guys want to display the figure on the build itself with or without the stand, not the stand, well, the gear is what I meant to say. You can't do that once you already have this set. So would have been nice if they gave him like some sidearm printing and leg printing to complete the look, but it's still good for the way it is. Sandman looks pretty good, since I love the printing for his face, torso, hip, legs, and toes in the back of the head. But it would have been awesome if they added a hairpiece, which is Zane's hairpiece in that light tan color to complete the look. But at least he still looks good. I love the build for both of his gigantic sand hands and the sand stand. So that is just pretty good. And I love how you can adjust the stand however you want to. Spider-Man is the same one from the No Way Home set, but at least he's still a good figure. Would have been nice and they made like another battle damage version of him and give him some side arm printing to complete the look. The diorama build looks nice with that construction site detailing. I love how they added the black webs to recreate Venom symbiotic webs to complete the look. And I love everything else for the build with the plaque right there for the characters' names and the movie name. And I love the crooked look for the street light for the build itself, which is nice. And it would have been awesome if they added MJ and Harry into the set to complete the final battle scene for the film, because it would have been awesome if we get a Kristen Dunst's MJ minifigure as well as Harry Osborn in his new Goblin suit. That would have been awesome if they actually did that to complete the full final battle scene of the movie. And I honestly love these epic moment sets for Lego Marvel, since we got this one and the Hulkbuster set, since I already reviewed the Hulkbuster set last month. And hopefully Lego will continue to make more Sam Raimi Spider-Man sets. It would be awesome if they'd done the same thing like this for the first film between Spidey and Goblin. So that would have been awesome right there. And I hope Lego will continue to make more epic moment sets in the future for Lego Marvel, because I'm starting to love these type of sets. They are so freaking awesome in my opinion. But anyways, this is a very popular set in my opinion, because I've been dying to buy this set. Well, I'm glad I bought it off of Amazon last month, because I was looking for this set at the Lego store, but they were out of stock. But now I'm glad I got this set off of Amazon. So at least this set's no longer on back order at Lego Shop at Home, because it is so annoying how they did that. But again, this is a popular set. I'm so glad I got it. But this is a very awesome looking Raimi set. So I don't have anything else to say about this set, but that is I've gotten so far right here. So that is it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new. Hit that notification bell, the save button, and don't forget to Hulk smash that comment section down below. And tell me in the comments what you guys think about this set for the lineup. I'll see you later.